I plan to retire at the end of this year and stay on next year until we find a successor. It may well be September, I hope not, but it may be April or May. And so we'll work that out with the board. You know, the things that brought me to this point to retire, I told people I'm not going to retire until I raise $1 billion. We did that in February, but the campaign wasn't over until August. When the campaign was over in August, I started looking at what I was going to do. And by the way, the campaign raised $1,069 million. Well, the only thing I would say is that we've had 3 chancellors, 2 came from public service, 1 did not, and I think it was obvious that the public service is best. But let me tell you, these people don't need my advice, and I'm staying out of that because I'm going to work with whoever is the new chancellor and help them out when they want help. Certainly won't impose myself, but I think that one thing I told the board, you'll get a lot of free advice, but y'all make the decision. That position would be one that would be subject to the call of the chancellor. If he wanted me to help in fundraising, if he wanted me to help with legislative matters, I would. But that person will be the boss. They should be entirely in charge. And that's the way I want it, that's the way the board wants it, it's the way it should be. Well, that position would be one that you would work with the chancellor, you would help him on legislative matters or fundraising when he wanted you to. You wouldn't be over him, you wouldn't be equal, you would be reporting to him. You can't stay forever, and this is a good time.
What would you say?
Well, I just tell you, it's a tough job, it's a hard job, but it's well worth it because it's a lot of fun. You can do a lot of things, you can accomplish a lot of things. Well, I just think about my mother and dad. If they were here, how proud they would be. My dad was a mail carrier in Demi, had an 8th grade education. My mother was a secretary at the courthouse in Demi, and they'd really be proud of what I do. My mother would be most proud of that I got the money and built the chapel. She'd be proud of that, but my dad would be proud that I raised that much money.
Well, I don't want to comment on any specific candidate because I think there's just a lot of speculation out there. I think the process needs to be structured, and the board will be setting a structure for the process to move forward. And I'm sure we'll have some outstanding candidates, and you mentioned some important names, but again, I think it's an open process, and again, I think there'll be some great candidates that will come forward.